Choice, a poem by Judd. Choice is the word that comes to mind as I sit and recall the events that took place on July 30th, 2014. On this day, I lost a part of my family. I lost a part of myself. Choice comes to mind because of the way that I handled the situation. I made a choice. Choice reminds me of the decision he made to pull the trigger. He made a choice. Choices are made by everyone all the time. Why was this choice so hurtful? Anger comes to mind as I recall sitting on the black cushioned sofa. It was awkward to be told to sit down in your own house by a woman you've never seen before. Anger reminds me of the phrase she used as I sat alongside my mother and sisters. "I have some bad news," she said. Anger comes to mind when I remember yelling at her and storming away from the sofa that for some reason hated me now. I ran to my room and sat on the bed. It too hated me. I cursed at the window that was throwing rays of sunshine into my eyes. It hated me. Everything hated me now. God hated me. Whoever that is, whatever that is, if he even is. If he had anything to do with this, I decided I would never forgive him. But again, who could be sure what God was anyway? Anger filled me once more as the woman came into my room, checking, she said, to see if I was all right. I told her to go fuck herself. How could she understand how I felt? Who was she to tell me that my father was gone? The man who provided for my family, the father that I grew up with, the man who taught me how to be a man myself. Who was she to tell me that I would never see him again? My best friend, my mentor, my daily comedic relief, my teacher of life, my father. He's my dad after all, I yelled. He's mine, not yours. She tried to calm me by telling me a story about her own father when she had been young. He too had made the same choice that my father had made. Suddenly I recall sadness. Sadness as I told her how sorry I was to have yelled at her. How could I have yelled at her? How could I have told her she didn't know how I... It was apparent now. She knew exactly how I felt. Numbness comes to mind as the memory of that day fades away. I became numb to the world around me, taking in as little as I could. Receiving hugs and condolences from people rushing in and out of the house, I didn't feel them. I couldn't feel them. I felt nothing but deep longing. Longing to join my father wherever he was. That's what I would do, I decided. I would leave the pain behind and go with him. I contemplated for at least a week, numbness leading me through as I tried to come up with a plan. I wanted to leave as quickly as I could to go and see him, yet finally I grew angry with the idea itself. I couldn't make the same choice he made. I wasn't brave enough to finish the plan. Or maybe I wasn't brave enough to leave my loved ones behind. I knew how that felt.